Okay, in order to view this video in YouTube the way it's intended to be viewed, we need to find the full screen view in YouTube. On my iPhone here, it's next to the 1228 at the bottom here. Towards the bottom where it says 1228, there's like a square. That's the full screen view. I'm going to tap on that. Hopefully you saw that. I'm going to go back. I'm going to tap on it again. So you can kind of see it highlighted there. Now it's full screen view. Now you can see on the bottom of the screen, home, zones, everything down there. You're going to need to see that as we go through this video. Okay, here we are in the home screen. I'm going to put my finger towards the bottom of the screen and pull up. Therefore, I'm scrolling down, right? Let's start at the bottom of the screen. The bottom says controller status. The status is all good. Green. Green is good. Green check mark. Next, it says sensors. No sensors are configured. That's because we are using the internet as our sensor. We're not going to add a sensor and put a little sensor at the house. We're using the internet. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull down a little bit. Look at the next thing. Observation says current temperature is 82. The maximum is 82. That's as high as it has been so far today, is 82 degrees. Here in the middle of the screen now we see forecast. Today's Friday. The high is 84. Forecasted high, 0% chance of rain, 27% relative humidity, and there's a 7 mile per hour wind speed, or tornado as it looks like. So you can see this is a forecast, and so therefore it's going to be using these temperatures to help it determine how much it should be watering based on a predictive watering schedule. Now I'm going to come down. We can see here that it says the water schedule for my example controller. There's a number 1 there. It says 1, front yard lawn. I'm going to tap on that little icon there. Here you see it says the next run is, and it starts giving you a bunch of information. You can see at the bottom right, there's a little information icon. I can tap on that. It gives me some information. It says the watering length is 8 minutes. The program start time is 5 o'clock. It waters Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll hit the OK button. If I tap on that icon again on number 1, there's also a pause button there. I'll tap on that. Here I can set a suspension. I could stop watering that one particular zone for as long as I want. You see I tapped on the 31st. So I could hit suspend, and that would stop the watering until Halloween. Or I can remove the suspension, or I can hit cancel. I'm going to cancel that. So there's a few things that you can do by the home screen on each icon. You see the little green kind of a play button there. I'm going to tap on that now. This right here would be starting that station. I could hit start down on the bottom right, but instead I'm going to hit the X towards the top right to go back out of here. Now, see where it says watering schedule for the example controller? There's a little gear that's like settings. I'm going to tap that. Here I can stop all manual started zones, I can run all zones, or I can suspend all zones. So we saw how we can suspend just a particular zone. This here is how we can suspend all zones until, again, it said the 31st. Today's the 4th. Let's say we'll suspend it until the 11th. And I'm going to hit suspend. And this is all zones now have been suspended. I can go back and I can go to the suspend all and I can remove that suspension. There we go. That's some features on the home. Okay, now you can see we're going to get deeper into the app. You can see on the bottom left it says home and it's grayed out. That's where we've been. The next one to the right is zones. I'm going to tap on that and we'll see that it gets gray. Now, here is each individual zone. I can put my finger towards the bottom of the screen and pull it up, and I can look at every one of my zones. I've only got 4 zones. I could always add a zone, see at the bottom there, but I only need 4. That's all I have, 4. So looking at the very first zone here, it says 1, front yard lawn. Say I just want to change the name of that. Very simple. Here I'm going to change the name of my fourth zone, backyard lawn by the swing set, because there is no swing set any longer. The kids are grown and the swing set is gone. There's a little button here in the middle, and I'm going to pull up the screen a little bit, and it looks like a pencil onto like a tablet or something. It's like a stylus on a tablet. I want to edit. I'm going to tap that in the middle there, and that brings me to the edit features that I can do to change the name of the zone. You can see at the top zone name. I'm going to tap in there. Sometimes I find double tapping is what works best. And I'm going to hit the back button here, and I'm going to say back lawn, and that's all I'm going to do. Then I'm going to hit done. I don't want to hit go. Watch, if I hit go, it just did not remove that name. Still, it says backyard lawn by swing set. So I'm going to tap that little stylus on the tablet again in the middle. I'm going to double tap the swing set. I'm going to back that out. I'm going to hit done. Now I'm going to hit OK. I have to hit OK to make any changes. It's like hitting the save button. Now, while I'm here, I want to change the watering length, the duration that zone 4 is watering. The way I do that, I hit the next button. Here it shows watering length, 7 minutes. I'm going to tap next to that 7. Sometimes I find if I double tap, that's the best way. I'm going to back that out, and I'm going to increase that to an 8. I'm going to hit done, and now I'm going to hit OK to save that zone. So that's how you can change the name and the watering length or duration on a zone. And here we'll look at zone 4. And now it says backyard lawn. Run length is 8 minutes. And that's all there is to changing that. Okay, we looked at how we can change the name of the zones and the run length. Now we're going to look at a few more things we can change. I could hit that little icon in the middle again. It looks like a stylus on a tablet. I'll tap that. Here I can say I could change the icon if I wanted to. I could make it a leaf or something, but it is grass, so I'll leave it as a lawn. Virtual solar sync. You see here at the bottom, I tap virtual solar sync. I want to leave that on. That is how I'm doing my predictive watering. I recommend just leave it on the virtual solar sync. I'm going to hit OK to exit out of that. And then you see I have all these zones, of course. At the very top, something important. See, it says zones, green line underneath there. That's where we are. To the right of that says program start times. I'm going to tap on that. Now you can see it's green line underneath that program start time. It says I have a 5 o'clock start time. If I want to change that or the days, I'm going to tap on that little stylus again on the tablet to edit it. I tap on the time. I can change the time, simple enough. I think 5 o'clock's a great time. I'm going to hit done, and then days of the week. If I want to, I can turn on different days, simple enough, just by tapping those. But I want to be watering Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that's good for me. I'm going to hit OK to save. Okay, the next feature we have down here at the bottom in the middle is remote. I'm going to tap on that, and you can see it says the front lawn or front yard lawn, number 1. Number 2 is the front yard flower bed. I can select anything like number 4, the backyard lawn. I'll tap that, and I can just simply hit start. Now, the backyard lawn is watering. So it's kind of a nice feature. It's a remote control for your sprinkler system. Of course, we recommend you go through and check your system once in a while and make sure there's nothing broken, because a lot of times at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're either up and going to work or you're doing something. You're not out there watching your sprinkler system. So I recommend you do that. I'm going to hit stop, and then I can hit close, and that takes me out of the remote section. Now another important feature here is reports. See at the bottom here, there's an area that says reports. I'm going to tap on that. You'll see it turn gray. It's loading my reports. So I just turned on the sprinkler, and it shows at 12:05 on the 4th. That's because I just turned it on. If I tap on that, it says I watered for 1 minute. But here it starts showing me my predictive watering. I'm going to tap over here on the 6th at 5 o'clock. It says the length is 5 minutes. Well, I have that zone set for 8 minutes. Why is it watering only 5? Because it's doing predictive watering. It doesn't need to water for 5 or for 8 minutes. It's only going to water for 5. So you'll start seeing how it's going to water based on predictions of the temperature, but you'll also start having a history. And you can see here, I don't really have a history because this is just an example. But the history is what it's actually been watering, and you'll be able to monitor how much has it really been watering, and you can make adjustments based off of knowing how much it has been watering, how much it should be watering, and how much it says it's going to be watering predictively. Okay, we got one more thing down here at the bottom next to the reports where we are. I'm going to tap to the right. It says help. This is a nice feature here. And you can see that there's some top suggestions, reports, exporting reports. There's number 3 there. It says, does the controller remember its settings if it loses power? I'm going to tap on that. And let's see what it does. If I tap on, does the controller remember its settings if it loses power? It says, yes, the controller will remember all your data, including the watering schedule, reports, and system settings. See, it's a whole library. At the bottom there, you see it says contact us. That would be sending them an email. That's to Hunter Support, a great feature that they've incorporated into here. It's like a whole library of things. And for support, you just can't go wrong with this. Top right, next to the help, there's a minus button. I'm going to tap that. I'm going to minus like out of that area. But if I hit help again and hit the back button, it says, how can we help? You can type in I don't know, rain. Let's type in rain, hit search, and let's see what it does. Sensors and flow meter configurations. It just comes up with different things that you can do. So smart watering adjustment and or water triggers. See in the middle here, number 5, water triggers. Water triggers. We'll talk about rain in here. So it's a whole menu of stuff in there. It's a whole library. So that could be a great asset to you. And of course, as always, we always recommend that you would go to Hunter Support. They have a team of people down in San Marcos, California that work on the phones. They can troubleshoot your particular controller. If you give them your email address that your account's under, they can actually even remotely access your controller and they can help troubleshoot some things. So you can see their phone number here on the screen, and that's a great thing for helping you with your controller.